Good morning, Nicola here from Conscious Crypto Traders. A very curious thing happening this morning on the DXY. We have broken out of critical support. This is usually a time when Bitcoin will reverse and do the opposite of what the Dixie is, which means it's going to be heading up, and yet Bitcoin seems to be frozen in terms of its direction. So in this short video, I'm wanting to update you from yesterday's video on what direction do we think that Bitcoin is going in. Look at that Ichimoku cloud and see if we have had a cross between the baseline and the conversion line to indicate that we're either going up or down. So let's have a look at the Dixie. This is the measurement of the US dollar against other major currencies. It has been slowly coming down, and normally when we have downward action on the Dixie, we have upward action on the Bitcoin price, which is what we've been getting. We've been getting a bear market rally. Well, we have broken critical support and we've done it spectacularly, coming down to this next level of support here at 99%. Now this pink box here in this zone, as we came down in the last, just before in the last bull market we came into this zone, we came down. This is where we started to see a reversal in the Bitcoin price to the upside. We started seeing massive moves in the to the upside. So if we have a look here, we're looking at this movement from this candle to this candle here is when we started seeing the reversal. But once we hit that pink box, that's when we started coming up into the completion of the third Elliott wave count, down into the fourth and up into the fifth to complete the bull market. So we want to watch this very carefully as this starts coming down, because I think that we can say that the bottom is in. Like I'm calling the bottom in here. This is a W. We've come out of it very nicely. We came back down and retested that line here. Here's the wick as support, bounced off of it, and we've created 5-wave Elliott wave count to the upside. If you didn't see yesterday's video and the day before, which is a really big overview of where I think Bitcoin is going, I recommend that you watch that. See, this bull flag that we're in right now could end up being an inverse Bart Simpson, in which case we could come crashing down. However, with the Dixie being so low, I'm thinking that this fifth wave hasn't completed because it's missing its fifth micro Elliott wave count inside of here, and we will zoom in. So just on a macro perspective, I think that I've said this in the last few videos, I think that we're coming in to complete our first Elliott wave count on the macro, coming back down, possibly coming back down. Like, to me, it makes sense that we'd come back down to just under 20,000. There is a CME gap at around 20,200, somewhere between there and 19,500, somewhere in there. If you look to the left, that is where we topped out in the bull market of 2017. And when we blasted through it in the last bull cycle here, we didn't come back down and retest it until we came down into the bear market. So I kind of would like to see another touchdown here. It's a great opportunity to load up on some more Bitcoin before we go up into the third and largest wave, which will probably more than likely take us up over 1,000 and then come back down and then go up and complete its third wave. And let's do the measurement on that. This is speculation right now because we don't have the fifth wave confirmed and we don't have the fourth wave confirmed. But just let's say it goes into the zone of my hypotheses. That would mean that the third wave at a bare minimum would top out at about 83,000, possibly even go up into 93,000. And if we get an overextension, if we get the Bitcoin EFT and we get a lot of institutional money coming in, we could overextend and go even higher, right? And then that would be anybody's guess as to what that is. We won't know that in terms of having a really nice speculative look at it until we get our first few waves of this third wave. So let's say that is where we're heading, right? So on the macro for the hodlers, really good opportunity to load up on Bitcoin where we're at right now, and then dollar cost averaging down positions if we start to go lower. But for intraday traders and those who are wanting to get in and get out and make a trade, we need to actually zoom in and see what's going on and why are we not reversing. This is dumping. We should see Bitcoin pumping, and we're not. So what's going on? So let us actually, I'll leave that in there because I want to snapshot that and put that into Twitter. Let's come down here. We are coming up into a new moon, and if you remember from our videos about trading with the moon cycles, new moon is usually we pump into the new moon, we find our local top, and we reverse around that time frame. So we're right in the time frame now because that's the 17th. New moon's the 17th. We're right in that time frame that we could see a nice pump. We do have a bull flag here, and remember we also have this really big cup and handle that we've broken out of, and have a look at yesterday's video for all of the targets that we're looking at, as well as our Twitter. I've posted the chart on Twitter and in Discord for you, depending on which platform you like. If you like both, we'd love to see you there. The links for all of our social media that we're active on are below. Remember though, because we've been consolidating and trading sideways here for quite some time, we have passed the zone of breakout. Like the breakout should have happened right here for this to be a really good bull flag. Because it's gone on, it could still break out to the upside, but we run the risk of this being a Bart Simpson, which is straight up across and then straight down to around about where we started, which was sitting at around 24,739. And again, I've gone over all the levels of support and all the levels of resistance in yesterday's video. I'll post it up here for you to have a look so that you can watch those levels, as well as in the description below. So so we want to zoom in. So in yesterday's video, I was saying, what do we need to look for to know if we are going to break to the upside or to the downside out of this pattern? And I had this, it's a bit wonky there. I had this drawn as a potential ascending triangle, which is a bullish pattern, but we do have bearish divergences and we have sell signals on the weekly. And where's my top and bottom finder? There it is there. We have sell signals here on the 4 hourly, although that could have already played out. The most alarming thing here is that we've got a sell signal on the weekly. Now that could take time to play out. If you're interested in the indicators that I use, they're in the description below under the bundle pack. So here we go. Let's have a look at this. Let's just get this out messy. We are looking for the Ichimoku cloud. This does look a bit messy here, but bear with me. We are looking for the Ichimoku cloud to flip bearish, which it has. We have the baseline has crossed over the conversion line. That's the red line there, and that's the conversion line, right? But the conversion line is starting to come back up again. So if this blue line crosses above the red line, and by the way, I'm using cracking cryptocurrency Ichimoku cloud because it's set for the crypto market, not the stock market, which doesn't trade 24/7. So when that happens, when the blue crosses over the red, that is the baseline. The conversion line crosses up over the baseline, which is red. That is an indication that we're getting bullish momentum coming back into the market, and we do get that here. It's starting to close the gap, right? So now let's go down into the 1 hour. So this is what I'm watching. I'm watching for a cross. As soon as I know which way it's crossing, I'm cool with the calling a good direction. But here is the baseline. It crossed over here to go over above the conversion line, which was bringing in a bit of bullishness. Oops, we do have a W here on the daily, on the hourly. So that's bullish. So very difficult to trade these when you're inside of a pattern. Usually you would want to wait for a retracement, have a bounce, and then get in and then ride it up to the next level of resistance. In the middle here, we're waiting. So when that's happening, what I'm watching for is the smaller time frames on the Ichimoku cloud to see if we're going to get an early warning signal of a cross. And we did get it here. So remember the baseline is below the conversion line, right? So now what we want to see is this price action come up above the Ichimoku cloud. And then we want to see this lagging span being above the Ichimoku cloud and above the price action to confirm that we have bullish momentum for the upside, right? So we're starting to get it on the 15-minute. As soon as it's happened on the 15-minute, I would then go to the 1 hour to see how we're tracking on the 1 hour. And if it looks pretty consistent, if you're wanting to have a look at all the other indications, and if it looks really cool for that, and also we get a buy signal, then I would enter into a long, or I would start dollar cost averaging into a long, and that is what I'm waiting for. So I just said I would give you a quick update if we started to see the cross. We did not see the cross on the 1 hour or the 4 hour, but we do have it on the 15-minute. So I'm just going to update you on that. I just want to zoom out on a clear chart just to finish up on the 4 hour, because that's a really good hourly time frame for trading. And this is what I like to do. We do have a very nice symmetrical triangle, which isn't helpful because symmetrical triangles are continuation patterns of the direction that we've come into them in. And then, so we've come into it in sideways action. So we could just keep going sideways. If this is a legitimate ascending triangle, then we are not looking at a breakout until around about the 23rd of July, maybe sooner. But we're looking at more sideways action in here. And you have to remember, if you're in leveraged longs, you're paying fees every 4 minutes. So you're paying fees to wait for a breakout. So it's going to eat at your profits. This is where mindset comes in. Got to be patient, right? If it's urgent for you to make money, Bitcoin might not be the coin that you would be trading today. You would be looking at, you would maybe looking at other coins, and that's obviously just my opinion. So that is it for today. If you like that quick update, we would appreciate you liking the video to help the channel grow, and also to let YouTube know that you want to see more of our content, and obviously subscribe so that you get our daily updates, and link for all of the resources that we have to help you is below. I am also going to post the videos that we've done on dates you need to watch out for pumps and dumps in July, the big macro overlook of where Bitcoin is going, and also yesterday's video, so that you can get all of those support and resistance zones. Thanks so much for listening, and we'll speak to you tomorrow.